What's up, boys? Taking a look at some more NBA player props today over on Prize Picks, and we are currently on a 75% run in the last 3 days, 2-1 in the videos yesterday. This video applies to Prize Picks, but also other player prop websites out there and sportsbooks out there. However, if you are not already on Prize Picks, I recommend joining for a couple different reasons that I'll talk about in today's video. But if you do join, download the app or use the link down in my description below, and when you guys can sign up for a code, use my code DOMG when you do sign up, and you guys can get a 100% deposit match up to $100 if you do use my code DOMG. So we are currently on a 12-4 run. We did have a sweep 2 days ago, which was awesome. We went up like plus 13.8 units that day, and I'll talk more about that in a little bit. Thank you guys a ton for the support yesterday. We gained probably over 100 subscribers yesterday. The video did very, very well. A lot of you guys were pretty great in the comment section below. So seriously, I do appreciate you guys, and let's keep the run going in today's video and hopefully hit some props today. I want to see every single thing that I run in a given night, though. The Patreon is available. We had probably over 20 members join the Patreon last night, which is amazing. Link is down in my description below for that. We have over 450 members now on the Patreon. And if you don't know what the Patreon is, let's take a look at that right now. If you are interested in seeing every single one of my plays, check out the Patreon. The link is down in the description below. There are 3 different tiers. There's NFL, NBA, and all sports. With access to the Patreon, you guys get every single play that I play, on top of these plays being ranked by confidence level and write-ups to go with every single prop that I post. Once again, the link is down in the description below, so check it out. Again, we are currently hitting 75% between the last 3 days, which is a 12-4 run between the last 3 days. And if you guys want to see how we've really been, it's not just a lucky couple of days. If you just take a look at my YouTube videos, you guys can see the titles, the type of runs that we've been going on over on the Patreon. So it's not just a couple lucky days or anything like that. And in my ranking yesterday, the top 3 did hit, and I believe 4 out of the top 5 actually did hit yesterday as well. So really solid day yesterday when it came to the rankings yesterday. So starting off here, we're going to go with a point prop here. We're going with Joel Embiid over 30.5 points here. So Embiid here, he's in a pretty good spot here against the Kings right here. And actually on Prize Picks, you're getting a 1-point discount. Another reason why to potentially join Prize Picks right here is because you guys can get a little bit of a discount compared to like sportsbooks at times. He's actually about a -130 to go over 31.5 on certain sportsbooks. So yeah, he's favored on the over at 31.5, yet he's at 30.5 on Prize Picks. So I really like the spot right here for Embiid against the Kings today. So let's go ahead and dive into this matchup a little bit more though. You take a look at his game log here, you see how well he's been doing lately. I actually played him over 30.5 points. He had that damn nearly at halftime last game with 53 points against the Charlotte Hornets last time around, shooting 32 times. I'm hoping we kind of get that same kind of attempts this game. I don't think he will, but that'd be great. But I do like the spot here because he's just been really big killing this lately, man. He's had this in 4 straight games against Houston, Memphis, the Lakers, and the Hornets. He did have a tough time against Cleveland. He barely went under against Atlanta right there. But otherwise, before that, he was killing it as well, going over against like Minnesota, Milwaukee, Utah, and the Atlanta Hawks right there. So the Kings are not going to be a super easy matchup. I will say the Kings will not be a very, very easy matchup. Sabonis will probably lock this one down a little bit, but they're allowing 19.9 points per game to the center position, although Embiid is not like normal centers, of course. So I do think that he can still go over this prop. He's just been very, very consistent, and you are getting a discount right now over on the Prize Picks Sports. That's a couple of really light reasons why I do like that Embiid prop right there. Full write-ups and everything over on the Patreon. But yeah, let's go ahead though and dive into this just a little bit more. Let's take a look at the game script for this one right here. So it's a 5.5 point spread and a 229.5 over under in this one right here. So 229.5 is a pretty solid over under right there. I feel that's kind of how it is with the 76ers game right here. And of course, he will be at home in this one. We can take a look at how he's really been at home. If we just put into Statmuse right here, Joel Embiid game log at home, and this will pull up right here. You can see he's been very, very good at home. It seems like most of this season. He's been under this only a couple of times at home. He's been really, really consistent. He's had 30 plus in his last, 8 games probably. His last 8 games at home, he's had 30 plus points, if I do believe. But he did fall on the hook right there against Atlanta. So 7 out of his last 8 home games, he's actually gone over this prop. And I think he can do this yet again here with very, very good odds against the Sacramento Kings team. If you are on a sports book at 31.5, I don't like it at -130. I think -130 is a little bit too high. You can find us at like -115. I do like it at 31.5. But, it's a little bit juiced on certain sports books out there. But, again, on Prize Picks, if you do join, there's a lot of value on this board. And right now, we actually have a taco. So, for Taco Tuesday, they've been doing this for, like, months and months now. Every single Tuesday, we get discounted player props. I believe it's, usually, 3 a day. So, right now, Lionel Messi's at 2.5 shots. And we'll probably have an NBA one a little bit later. Maybe we'll get Embiid drop down to, 26.5 points. Maybe we'll get Giannis drop down to, maybe 24, 25.5 points. We get really, really good discounts on Prize Picks and they have promos like no one else out there. And I'm talking sportsbook player prop websites out there. I've not seen anyone do promos better than prizepicks, and I honestly mean that. So we had a Justin Herbert free square. He was at half passing yard the other day just for no reason. They just said they were feeling thankful, and they gave us Justin Herbert at half a passing yard the other day. So couple of different reasons to join prizepicks right there. But let's dive in and take a look at a second player prop. And the Patreon actually got even better value for this one right here, because Zion was at 25.5 points when I posted him over on the Patreon. I was able to grab him at 25.5 points, but I also do like his over at 26.5 points. Make sure, by the way, that you leave a like on the video and subscribe, and also make sure you tilt your risk and look into these props a little bit more on your own. But let's dive into Zion here and show you guys why I do like this prop right here. So he's actually a minus 145 to go over 26.5. So it was a very, very, very good value on Patreon, with him being at 25.5 points. But I do still like him over 26.5. It's still a minus 145 for the prizepicks board. If you are in a sports book, 26.5 at minus 145 is a little bit too juiced for sure. So minus 145 is not exactly great right there for him. But if you can find him at 26.5 for like maybe even minus 130, I think I like this prop. Probably about a minus 130. It's still a little bit juiced, but I think that's still decent for Zion there. 27.5, I think you're pushing it just a little bit, but it's obviously it's up to you if you do want to play that right there. But this game has a massive over-under right here. 234 over-under with only a 1.5 point spread. So they're not expecting a blowout, and they're expecting a lot of points in this game right here, which is good for the over on a point prop. So Zion here at 26.5, I like the spot a lot for him here. If you dive in and take a look at this matchup against the power forward and how they've really been doing against the Utah Jazz so far this season, they're kind of in the middle of the pack, allowing 21.09 points per game to the power forward position. But if you dive in and take a look at the last 7 games, Utah has pretty much been getting destroyed by that power forward, allowing the 6th most points per game at 25.64 points per game to the power forward position. We can even dive into the last 15 games here and see where Utah's at, and they're a little bit easier, allowing 22.01 points per game. So they've definitely been allowing a lot more in the last 7 games, in the last 15 games, and things like that right there. We can dive in and take a look at how really consistent he has been here. So again, we're looking for him to have about 27 points right here. So 35, 35, 29. He's been over this in 3 straight games against Phoenix, against Detroit. So otherwise, he's been under against like a tougher matchup like the Nuggets, of course, right there. Went over against the Spurs, the Toronto Raptors right there. He did go under against OKC, which is a little bit interesting, but he was able to bounce back from the Memphis and the Thunder game and go over against the San Antonio Spurs. So I really do like the spot here. He's been fairly consistent, I will say, of going over this prop right here. He's got very, very good odds if you are on prizepicks. The odds on this, I really like to base my research on odds instead of playing against like sports books. It's not a bad idea to play with them. But that's a little tidbit on how I pretty much start out my research sometimes. So, but yeah, Zion over 26.5 points and Joel Embiid over 30.5 points are my 2 player props in today's video. Potentially we'll have an added play. We'll see if we do have an added play down in the comment section below. I actually did drop one yesterday. I don't think there's going to be an added play today with there only being 5 games today. But yesterday, the 2 that were actually inside of the video was Porzingis over 33.5 points plus rebounds, and he actually got hurt. He played 3 quarters. I don't know that he would have hit it in the 4th quarter anyway. He needed about 11 points plus rebounds in the 4th quarter, and I don't think he was probably going to do that just because he really was slacking on his rebounds. So just to kind of recap from yesterday. And then the other 2 props did hit, though. My added play was KD over 34.5 points plus rebounds, and he actually destroyed that prop. And then the other one in the video, I don't even remember what that was, but that one actually did hit. So 2 and 1 in the videos yesterday with the added play down in the comment section below actually did end up hitting. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video, man. We're actually on I forgot to say this in the beginning of the video, but we were actually on a 7-and-1 run in these videos for these for prizepicks and these player props. I believe we're on a 7-0 run because I think we were 5-0 before yesterday, 2-1 yesterday. Yeah, it should make it a 7-1 run in these videos. So we've been doing pretty solid in these videos, very, very solid on the Patreon as well. We had a sweep like 2 days ago, 75% in the last 3 days, 12-4, so plus 13.8 units on that sweep day. So yeah, we're looking to go ahead and rake it in again today. We'll see how this today goes. And seriously, I do appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you guys in the very next video. Peace out, boys. Best luck tonight. Tilt your own risk. Good luck.